Today's horoscope from AstroCademy, Cancer, February 25, 2025. Mars ends its retrograde cycle today as it turns direct in your romance and creativity sector. You'll begin to see forward movement with creative pursuits and, later, with your work and health. The weeks ahead are excellent for getting things back on track. Ideally, you've discovered areas where your approach or methods can improve, and now you're ready to make changes. You also benefit from clearer thinking and a sense that you know what you want. Where there may have been some coolness or confusion in recent weeks, you'll begin to experience directness and clarity. As you advance, it can be straightforward to enjoy more leisure time, personal magnetism, and self-confidence. Today, it may be best to observe instead of jump into action as the shift occurs. Finally, the skies are clearing after thundering clouds. This is because mighty Mars, the red planet of sex and energy, has returned to life in your solar house of true love, romance, and fertility. You're being given an opportunity to shift these themes in your life in a conscious, active way. For singles, you're entering one of the best periods ever to line up hot sway. Tours who get you excited and possibly even find a twin flame. Couples, if seeking to have a child, will be entirely in luck. An idea will come to you. Creative downloads might hit when you least expect it, since Mercury in your sign will trine Mars retrograde in Cancer. The cosmic energy could be a nice change of pace if you have been dealing with a frustrating creative blockage. You could receive insight about how to handle a problem, market a project, and flesh out an idea. Do not let this creative inspiration and motivation go to waste, since Mars will station direct in Cancer shortly after. Make the most of this energy to advance with your passion projects. You may want to purchase some sort of book to increase your knowledge on health and nutrition. It is a wise person who knows the basic herbal and holistic practices that work for them as an individual. While you're looking at various books, or talking to a knowledgeable friend, you may want to take an investigative peek at vegetarianism. It's a big subject, so just have a peek if it's new to you. Kicking up your heels and having a little fun will be encouraged on this day. You can't possibly spend every minute of every day doing things for your family and others. To do so will surely wear you out. The essence of this day helps you create a better balance in your life. Enjoying yourself from time to time will definitely help achieve this. Taking care of your needs is just as important as tending to those of others. As the Sun and Mercury settle into their first weekend in Pisces, you are already getting a sense of what this new solar holds, though with only hints of what is to come. One of the biggest hints today is also a warning, and especially when it comes to how important a balance between work and play will be. For at the same time that a powering up of the playful, creative and adventurous side of life's fence is on full display, the moon is wrapping up a visit to your career sector that is hinting at a powering up on the income, work and career fronts as well. In his last full day in retrograde motion in your romantic sector, Mars, the planet of passion and the warrior planet of the cosmos, has come to a complete standstill. Tomorrow a direct turn will shift the focus onto the future, and while he won't leave until April, today brings a chance to hold on to the past. A sense of romantic nostalgia to be embraced before closing the doors to the past. Our eyes in the sky. After what may have felt like an endless struggle, a time filled with hesitation, emotional exhaustion, and a sense of being stuck in a loop, Mars stations direct in Cancer today, marking the end of its retrograde journey. This shift is like the first rays of sunlight breaking through after a long, stormy night. If you've been feeling drained, uncertain, or caught in cycles of doubt and second-guessing, you might now begin to sense a shift in your energy, a return to a state of clarity and determination. It's as if the fog has lifted, and the path ahead, though still requiring effort, now feels more attainable and less overwhelming. Have you ever woken up one day and suddenly felt a renewed sense of control over your life, as if something just clicked into place? That's the kind of energy today brings: a fresh start, a new rhythm, and a realization that progress is not only possible but already beginning to take shape. It's the moment where you stop looking backward and instead focus on what's next with a sense of purpose. Tasks that once felt tedious or insurmountable may now seem manageable, and your ability to set boundaries and express your needs could feel more natural. If you've been holding back emotions, particularly frustration or unresolved tension, Mars direct encourages you to acknowledge and release them in a healthy, constructive way. It's not about acting impulsively but about giving yourself permission to process these feelings and move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. Have you ever been surprised by how much lighter you feel after simply expressing what's been on your mind? Today offers that kind of relief. It's also important to take a moment to reflect on what you've learned during the retrograde period. Instead of rushing ahead, ask yourself, what patterns have emerged in your relationships, career, or personal growth? What lessons have you encountered that you may not have fully processed yet? Sometimes, our greatest insights come not in the midst of struggle but in the moments just after, when we finally have the perspective to see how far we've come. Now is the time to integrate those lessons and let them shape your next steps. With Mars gaining momentum, you might start viewing the world through a clearer lens. The things that once felt confusing or out of reach could suddenly begin to make sense, and decision-making becomes more intuitive. If you've experienced moments of doubt recently, trust that the clarity you've been seeking is now within reach. Have you ever had a moment where everything seemed to align, and you just knew what you needed to do? That kind of realization is more likely to happen now, especially if you remain open to new insights. This is also a time to share what you've learned with those around you, whether through meaningful conversations, creative expression, or simply being more open about your experiences. The things you've gone through, your challenges, your growth, your discoveries could be exactly what someone else needs to hear right now. Have you ever noticed how sharing your story can inspire or bring clarity to someone else? Your words and experiences hold power, and today is a great day to use them for connection and understanding. As your energy starts to increase, remember that balance is key. When Mars shifts, it can feel like an internal fire reigniting, but that doesn't mean you have to sprint forward without rest. Take care of yourself. Pay attention to your physical and mental well-being. Are there any habits that no longer serve you? This is an ideal moment to make small but impactful changes, adjusting your daily routine, being mindful of your nutrition, or carving out time for self-care. Even simple acts like spending time in nature, moving your body, or drinking more water can significantly improve your overall well-being. Communication also takes on a more powerful role today. You may find it easier to express your thoughts with confidence, and others are more receptive to your ideas. If you've been avoiding a difficult conversation, now is a good time to address it with honesty and clarity. Have you ever had someone unexpectedly seek your advice, and in the process of helping them, you realized just how much you've grown yourself? Today presents opportunities for those kinds of exchanges, where supporting others can also reinforce your own understanding of your journey. Intellectually, you might feel sharper and more engaged, making it a great time for problem-solving, learning, or diving into discussions that challenge and expand your thinking. You may feel a renewed curiosity, a desire to explore new perspectives, or even take the lead in conversations. If you've been contemplating a new project or considering an opportunity, trust that you have the insight and determination to see it through. Leadership, however, isn't just about pushing forward, it's also about listening. Have you ever been in a conversation where a simple shift in perspective changed everything? That kind of breakthrough energy is present today, so be open to collaboration and new ideas.